joy of a live class. That's right. All right, so take a moment, just be on your back. Let your body just be still for a moment. So if you have a tendency to want to wiggle around, do that, and then let the tension melt out. Be still here. And being still doesn't mean that you're not in tune. So being still means that you immediately start to draw your awareness inside to your breath. Draw breath in through your nose. Nice long exhale out your nose. And it's a little easier while you're lying down here to feel the change in your abdomen and your chest as you breathe in and breathe out. Take a couple more breaths here, intentionally taking a longer inhale, pausing at the top of that breath, and then extending the length of your exhale as long as possible, letting the air come out so slowly, like it's leaking through a tiny hole till all the air is out. And then from the bottom of that breath, do that again, breathing in through your nose and letting the breath be really the sole purpose of your body right now, letting the rest of you relax. Your ankles are soft, your shoulders are soft, no need to hold tension through your neck or your hands. Intentionally lengthening the time of the inhale and the exhale. One more like that. Keep your eyes closed. Wiggle your ankles back and forth, just tossing your feet side to side. And then bend your knees, put your feet on the floor. Take your right ankle, cross it over your left thigh, setting up for a reclined pigeon. Take your right hand to your right thigh, push your right thigh away. For some of us, it's morning. For some of you, it's afternoon. Regardless of the time of day, you might notice that you have some tightness here in your hip. Push both shoulders down into the mat, really bringing a lot of awareness into the right hip. And if you'd like more, you can gently take your hands behind your left thigh, pull your left thigh towards your chest. Notice if you're scrunching up the back of your neck with your chin pointing up, and just neutralize your neck. Gently pull your left thigh, if you choose to do so, towards your chest. Flexing your right foot, flexing your left foot, and keeping that left foot alive so we don't have our foot just hanging in space, but we've got tension through the calf of your left foot. Sometimes I like to use my right elbow to help push my right thigh away, even while I have the bind of my hands behind my left leg. Good. And you're breathing. One more breath. Release your hands first. Control the legs as they come down. Put your left foot down. Uncross your right leg. Take your left ankle on top of your right thigh. Take this one step at a time, connecting the movement, the sensation with your mind. Take your left hand to your left knee, left thigh. Push that leg away. I have my left foot crossed on top of my right thigh. And here's a good place you can just kind of notice the difference between your two sides. Did you feel tighter in your right hip than in the left, or vice versa? Because if we don't know, we're not paying attention, we don't know, that we don't know where to be careful, we don't know what to work on. So this, like, looking in deeply to the sensation is important. If you have not already, you can pick up your right thigh, thread your hands behind your right thigh, use your left elbow to push your left knee away, Flex both feet. Good. Stay alive in that right leg. So there's some tension from the heel through the back of the calf. And then gently use your arms to help leverage your right thigh towards your chest. Lean into that sensation, taking deep breaths, appreciating right here what your body is giving you the feedback for. Good. One more breath here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release that leg. Let it go. Take your feet out so wide that they wiggle off the edges of the mat, but your knees are still bent rather close so that you can even maybe reach your heels with your fingers so they're not too far away. And then keeping your shoulders grounded, gently take your knees to the right as far as they will. So both knees tracking to the same direction towards the right. Good. Some of you may want to turn your gaze to the left, look out over your left hand and breathe. Make this like you're starting over or you're starting up point right here. Come back up to knees to center and then bring your knees the other way. Knees going to the left, gaze coming out to the right. Opening up through your hips. Appreciating the sensations that you have. We are so lucky, even when we feel something that doesn't feel great, that we have feeling at all. That we can respond to those feelings. Come back up to center. Good work, guys. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze here. The degree of compression you choose is up to you. So you can wrap your hands around tight. Really hug your legs in tight to your chest if you need this, or just take it a little bit softer, whatever you need, but think of squeezing in tight. Good, we'll let it go, and then we'll rock and roll our way up to a seat. Cross your legs, bring your hands to your knees, sit well, close your eyes. Let's start our day and start our practice with a moment of gratitude. What is right in front of you? A person, a place, a period of time, an experience. What do you have right now that deserves your gratitude? Acknowledge that. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then I invite you to think of something that is also right in front of you in this period of time right now that is a significant challenge. What is stretching you? What is aggravating you? What is maybe taking you out of your best self? And offer gratitude for that challenge. Because friends, if it doesn't challenge us, it will not change us. You can open your eyes and gently take a few seated cat-cows here. Rounding your back, pulling your chin to your chest, create a little leverage of your hands on your knees, and then shrug your shoulders down and back. Lift your chin, lift your chest, and just flow through this as quickly or as slowly as feels right for you, your body right now. But whatever you're doing, start to connect it with breath. So it's an inhale as you lift your chin, and it's an exhale when you round. Exaggerating the breath, exaggerating the movement is one way to get your mind to kind of wake up, pay attention. We are connected here. We're not just doing these things independent, like the mind is in one place, the body's in another, the breath is automatic. We're connecting all three. All right, friends, swing on around and come have a standing position at the top of your mat. So stand all the way up. Take your feet about hip width distance apart. Happy Thursday. Stand well. Take your hands out to the sides. Find your Tadasana pose right here. Rock your weight back in your heels. Squeeze your belly under. And then inhale, reach up. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. Keep your hips and legs where they are and try to just lean from the waist. Getting really long through the left side of your body. Go slow like you're tipping in the wind. Big side bend towards the right. Travel on your exhale. So breathe in and reach. Exhale, come back to center. Take your hands like goalposts, bending your elbows, lifting your chest up, gently squeezing your shoulder blades together. Inhale, and then exhale, come back to center. Reach long through your fingertips. Again, I'm really grounded through my hips, like I'm pressing down from my knee bones and my ankle bones. Grab your left wrist with your right hand, lean towards the left. Make this like your ribs are detached from the bottom half of your body, so you lift them up and over. Good, Alana. Breathe here. Good. Travel on your exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, come back up to center. Soften those knees. Take a big forward fold all the way down. Bring your chest towards your thighs. Let the crown of your head hang like it's going to rest right between your toes. If your hands reach the floor, find grounding there with your hands. If you want to use your block for your hands, you can, or you can just take your hands and wrap them around the backs of your legs, maybe reaching for your ankles or the backs of your calves. Spend a moment here in this deep forward fold. Breathe. Good. Bend your knees a lot. Step your feet back. Meet me in your high plank or your modified high plank. Whatever's right for you. It's our first one. Let's use this as an opportunity to feel some sensation. So pushing through the tips of your fingers, integrating your arm bones up into your shoulders, lifting your kneecaps, squeezing your glutes, and taking your hips about 1 inch more level to the mat. Good. Breathe here. So good. You guys look amazing. Good work. Breathe in. Use your exhale to be a big travel back. Downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. If that high plank is too much, you can always drop to your knees, but we're going to flow back and forth from plank to down dog with your breath 5 times for the purpose of just like waking up the back of your legs, waking up your core. So don't be aggressive about it. Be more in a flow. Like if you imagine that there's a tide that comes in and out, that's our pace. All right, here we go. Inhale, lift onto your tippy toes. Exhale, roll your body forward, high plank. Stay here, breathe in, breathe out. Good, breathe in and breathe out. Flow back to your downward facing dog. If this is hard for you, then make sure your feet and hands are at a distance where it's not quite as hard. Breathe in, look forward, exhale, shift forward, high plank. Let's exaggerate the breath. Breathe in, breathe out, big push back, downward facing dog. It feels really good to clean out your breath, guys, so use that big breath. You can even use your mouth open. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, come on forward, high plank. Breathe in. Good, push back, downward facing dog. If this hurts, then you can just do a child's pose and kind of flow that way. Here we go, 2 more. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, shift forward, high plank. If you are mad about this and you don't like it, I want you to like change your perspective, get a little bit happier, thankful for your body. Breathe in, exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Good. Last one, inhale, tippy toes, chin forward, exhale, shift forward, high plank. Push the shoulders up, breathe. Travel back on your exhale. Good work, guys. A lot of time on your hands. Good job. Walk forward. Find your forward fold. Inhale, reach all the way up. Stand all the way up. Start with your hands on your hips. Step your left foot back. Meet me in a high lunge right here. All right, option 1 is hands right here at heart center. Option 2, we're gonna go a little deeper. Take your hands up. Option 3, grip the wrist of your right hand with your left hand like we did before, and then lift your ribs and chest, look up, lean back. I'm keeping the bend in my front knee, all 5 toes spread out on my right foot. Try to lift through your left knee, pushing your hips forward, shoulders squeezing together. Breathe. Good work, guys. Release your hands. Everybody open to warrior 2. Bend your right knee, plant your left foot. Take your arms out wide. Breathe. Good. I should have told you to grab your block. So if your block is handy, you're going to want it. Straighten out your front leg. Use your hand. Find your block. Hopefully you don't have to run around the house too far. Take the block if you have one. Jennifer's going to use her dog. And put your right hand on the block, left hand up towards the sky. Triangle pose. So here I was here in warrior 2. Straighten the right leg. Tip. Right hand down with grounding. If you do not have the block, you can also just rest your hand on the right thigh or just let your hand slide in on the inside of your right shin. You should feel this a lot through this left hip. And we're hoping to have a straight line wrist to wrist. So draw your left shoulder back, but not so far that you get out of this alignment. Think of tucking your right hip under. Relax your toes, no death grip of the knuckles. If your neck is okay, you can look up towards your left hand. If not, you can look down towards your right toe. Big stretch here in your triangle. Breathe. If you want to fire up your core a little bit more, then you can lift your hand up off that block, take it straight out in front of your right foot. So my arms are like an L. If that's not good for you, keep your hand on the block. Breathe. Good. Now everybody use your core. Stand all the way up straight. Turn both toes to the long left edge of your mat. Good. Hands can be on your hips or behind your back. Take a big forward fold. Let your head hang. Doesn't this feel good at the near end of the week, right? Go slow and stretch out your legs. Think of all the things your body did for you this week. You had to move stuff around or pack and unpack groceries or cook food or take care of people or animals or go for walks. All the things your body did this week for you. We'll take care of it. Lift your chest all the way up. Good. Now you turn towards your left foot. So now I'm facing the opposite direction. Step your right foot in a little bit and find a fold over your front knee. If you don't go all the way down to the floor, that's okay. You could put your hand on your left thigh. So my right foot is behind me, left foot in front, and I'm just looking for a fold and a stretch over this leg. If this is like there's no way you're going to be able to get down, you could also drop this back knee and just take a stretch through your left leg. So Tommy, this might be better for you since you want to get down there tight. Good. Drop your left knee, take that big stretch through the right leg. Breathe here. Good, because we are all going to drop our right knee now. So everybody drop your right knee. Good. I know you're facing away from your computer. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. Your left foot is forward. You're in this kneeling low lunge. Lift your chest. Right knee is behind you, left foot in front. Good. Breathe in, reach up. You can stay here or grab your left wrist with your right hand. Push your hips forward and down. Lift your ribs up and back. Breathe. Big opening through the front of your body, big opening through those hip flexors. If you're okay here, you can try, release your right hand. Take your right hand to the back of your right leg, to your thigh, or reaching back, really lifting a lot through your ribs, and maybe reach your right hand for your heel. And if you're like, no way, no how, you got a block as well. You could reach your right hand towards the block and just let your left hand lift. But this is kind of like when we do reverse warrior and warrior two. Good, guys. Your block is going to kind of be your friend if you've got one. Come back around. Come back here. Lift the toes. Lift the knee on your right foot. Walk yourself back around to your side facing forward fold. Take another nice stretch here, maybe finding some place to hang your hands on the backs of your legs. Take a deep fold. And then walk yourself all the way back around and step your feet together. We meet back at the top of the mat, stand all the way up. Went around the world, right? Now we'll go the other way. Fitting since you guys are around the world, huh? All right. Deep breath in, reach up. Soften everything. Big exhale, forward fold. Crown of your head is nice and soft. Breathe. If your hands reach your feet, you can certainly take your hands and grab your big toes with your peace fingers and have some grounding here. Bringing your elbows out to the side. If you're like, that's not happening, then just find grounding here again, wrapping your arms around the backs of your legs. Breathe. Good. Roll all the way up. Push through your feet. Ground through your heels. Get strong through your hips as you tuck your pelvis under. Good work. Inhale. Reach up. Exhale. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. Lean to the right. Good. Breathe in and reach a little longer through your fingertips. Exhale, come back up to center. Release your hands. Inhale, look up. Exhale, we'll post your arms, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Push your hips forward, open through your back and chest. Inhale, lift up. Go the other way. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Keep your right heel really pressing down so that you're distributing weight evenly between your feet, and lean towards the left. How's everybody feeling?
Warm.
Good.
Warm? Good. All right, come back up to center. It's like you're squeezing out all your stuck places, huh? All right, bring your hands to your hips. We're going to step back this time with the right foot. So left foot stays forward, step back into your lunge, right foot forward. Left foot forward. Did I tell you that right? Okay, left foot forward, right foot back. There we go. Hands can be here at heart center. Before you do anything with your arms, get into this lunge. Solid. If you're wobbly, make your feet wider apart. So taking your right toes further out towards the right. Arms are up. You can stay here or grab your left wrist with your right hand, lift up and back. Nice deep bend in your front knee, big opening through the right front of your leg and right hip. If you want that bind, arms are above your head, breathe. Good, Jennifer, breathe. Come back up to center. Open to warrior two. Pivot your back heel down, foot parallel to the edge of the mat. Drop into your front knee, drop your shoulders. You want as much space between the tops of your shoulders and your ears as you can, and that only becomes possible if you draw into your center line. You don't have to look, just feel it. Push your left knee back towards your pinky side of your foot. So it's a subtle adjustment. If you're caving in towards the big toe, push it back. Left knee back. Good, breathe. Here we go. Straighten your left leg. Triangle pose. Start taking your left hand down, right hand up towards the ceiling. This left hand can get on the block. Big opening through your right hip, big breathing. Oh, you did so good this week. Let me just tell you you're doing a great job. You're showing up for somebody else. You're showing up for yourself, and you're finding this time to take care of your body. Good work. All right, if you want to fire up your core a little bit more today, hug everything in first so you're tight and stable here. Now you can take your left hand to reach in front of your toes of your left foot, keeping the straight legs. You do not have to do that. And then you have an L shape here. If you're shaking, you're trying. It's all right. Breathe. Good work. Everybody stand all the way up. Oh, turn your toes to the long edge of your mat. Good job. Put your hands on your hips. Enjoy the travel. Come all the way down. Side facing forward fold. Where's your breath, guys? Deep breath in and out. Let everything go that did not go for you this week or that you're hanging on to or fears about what the heck is going to happen in August. Let's just let it go. Be right here, right now. If your hands are just dangling, then find some place for them, either on the block or grabbing onto the backs of your legs. If they're on the floor, if your hands already made it to the floor, I want you to try to take your feet out really wide, really, really wide. See if you can lower to your elbows on the floor. If not, you're at least seeing where you are right now. No tension in your neck. Let your head hang. Breathe. It's not that you're good or bad by what you can do. It's just kind of an exploration of what you feel like. That's really what's important. And that for you, you think of yoga as a practice. I do, at least for the rest of my life. So as I keep trying, I keep establishing places that I can go that feel okay, then I'm just keeping my body in tune. And that's the important thing. Like we take care of our cars, we just keep them in tune. All right, gently walk yourself back up. If you had your feet out really wide, feet in a little bit closer. Good. Hands to your hips, stand up. All right, turn now and face the opposite direction. This time your right foot is forward. Step your back toes in a little bit and fold over your front knee. If your hands don't reach the floor and you're not getting much out of being just halfway down, you can go ahead and drop your left knee and just take a half runner stretch here with your right leg extended. Or some of you might find this nice where you're just folding over your front knee. If you're very flexible and it's like no problem to get your nose to your knee, I want you to really get strong through this back leg. So there's no softness in the back heel. You're strong and contracting through your glutes. Good. Good, good. All right, friends, everybody, drop your left knee. Right foot is on the floor, right knee is bent. Lift your chest. Take a big breath in here. Reach up. Option to grab your right wrist with your left hand. Pull those shoulder blades back. Lean in a little bit more into your front leg. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Get yourself stable. Option here to drop your left hand. Maybe just reach for your left thigh. Your little bit of opening is right here. You could use that block outside of your outer left leg and reach back with your right hand. Good, Marco. Good. I'm keeping a grounding feeling through my right foot even as I reach back here. Breathe. Good. Use your core. Squeeze. Come back up to center. Nice. Tuck the toes on your left foot. lift. Walk yourself back around to the side facing forward fold. This is an inversion, so it's good for your brain. Let your head hang. Think of the blood rushing there. Your thoughts that are not good spilling, making space for something new. So nice side facing forward fold here. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Toe heel your feet back together. Roll all the way back up. And then take a step to the top of your mat. Good job, guys. Take a big breath in. Big breath out, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back, straighten your legs, press your hands on your fronts of your shins, and then step back to your high plank. Before we get down on the mat, we'll do that flow one more time, 5 times from plank to down dog. So you're a little bit more warmed up now. Your option, if this does not work for you, is to just go back and forth on your knees from a child's pose to a little bit of like a supported cobra. So you can just go back and forth like this. All right, I know I've had you in plank for an extra 5 seconds. I'm sorry.
I noticed. Yeah.
Good. I know. I've been in class too where I'm like, I'm dying here, huh? 5 times. Here we go. Tippy toes, belly tight. Exhale, roll forward, high plank. I'm just giving you a little distraction. Breathe in, breathe out. Push back, downward facing dog. Soften your knees once you get there, guys. Let your chest melt. 4 more times. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, come on forward. Turn your gaze forward. High plank. Push the mat away. Breathe in. Travel on your exhale. Breathe out, down dog. Good work. Inhale, tippy toes. Gaze forward. Exhale, roll forward. High plank. Take a breath here. Breathe in. Travel back, downward facing dog. 2 more. Chin forward. Inhale, tippy toes. That belly is so tight. Come on forward. High plank. Lift your knees. Breathe in. Exhale back to your downward facing dog. Good, Mick. Last one. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, shift forward to your high plank. Good work. Breathe back. Downward facing dog. Good work, guys. All right. Everybody, step your right foot to your right hand. You may need to drop to your left knee to get it up there. Tommy, you're giving me the vibes that you're tight today. You all right?
I'm sweating. I'm listening. I'm absolutely wrong. Oh dear.
That might be the rum that he drank last night. I'm not telling tales, but that might be the rum.
The team was playing football last night, so I had a few.
You're sweating it out, buddy. I got you. I'm with
Yes.
you. All right, we're getting ready for lizard pose. So right foot is forward. Put your hands on the mat. Scoot your left knee back as far as you can. If you have the block, this is a nice place to find grounding with the block. You can take that block and use it as a prop for your forearms on different levels. So see where you could go. You have a little bit more stability if you have it long ways like this so that you could put your arms on it sideways, but it's up to you. If that's not going to happen, you always have this place of full straight arms on the block, right? Tommy, take your right foot a little bit more out to the right edge of your mat. Mick and Marco, that looks awesome. Susan, looks good. Yeah, feel the difference of that? Uh-huh.
Yes. So
Yeah. So that's like very deep in the left hip. All right, we're going to settle. Stay here. I asked you a question on Monday, and I'm going to ask you again today, just to let it continue to plant the seed and grow. What would you be doing differently with your life right now if you knew that we were facing a long-term shutdown? for those of you that weren't here when I asked that question, I was sharing that I was listening to a podcast about business, and they asked that question, and all the business owners were very defensive, like, well, that's not going to happen, and it's not our fault, and we're doing the best we can. And that's not the question. The question is, what are your priorities? Is there something you're waiting on that you shouldn't be waiting on? Just do it. All right, this is challenging. Make your way out of that lizard. We're going to half pigeon. So here we go. Take the right foot across to the left edge of your mat. Drop your knee to your right wrist. Good. Don't drop your right hip to the floor. So this is not as effective. If you really cannot be here, it's too painful, then lay down on your back and do the reclined pigeon like we did before. You could try also take this block, put it underneath your right tushy. Now you got a like landing pad there. So underneath the right side. Yep. Good. All right. And then gently start to lower your chest to the degree that you can. Maybe to your forearms. Good. Okay. Depending on your anatomy, this can be really no big deal, or it can be quite intense. So I want you to find a place where you're able to breathe. So if you're in like the screaming red zone and can't breathe, just hop on your back and cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh. All right, everybody looks good. Relax here. Breathe in. Breathe out. For a long time when I was doing yoga, anytime I got still, I would start thinking about email because I was working all the time, and that was like the driver in my life. So whatever it is for you that's the driver in your life, is that what pops in your head right now? And if so, give yourself this space. Give yourself this space to just clear your head. Breathe in, breathe out. Soften, soften. Settle. Good work, guys. Walk your chest up. If you've got that block underneath your right hip, move it. Now you are going to drop down onto your right hip. Swing your left leg around. Okay, option one is to just extend your left leg and have your right knee bent with your right foot right here. And then you'll just fold towards your left leg. Option two is to take your left foot and bring it on top of your right thigh. All right, this is called double pigeon. So here's option one, left leg is extended, right knee is bent. Option two, stacking your shins. This knee, for a lot of you, is going to be way jacked up. You can use a block here to kind of help you out. Don't judge yourself one way or the other. This is not like, doesn't make you a good person whether or not you can do double pigeon, right? Yeah, right? You're just getting a little bit more bendy, that's all. A little bit more bendy, a little bit stronger.
Nothing for you. I mean, it gets me twisted.
So Susan, take your ankle of your top leg and bring it more on top. More on top. There you go. And then now, see, now your knee gets more jacked up. Then you can use that block as a little support underneath here. Good. Good. Breathe. All right, if you're here and you'd like to walk your fingers forward a little bit, I have a flat back as I lean forward.
Oh, I hate this so much.
You can reach the floor.
You can't reach the floor, that's okay. Grounding on your knees. There you go. Good job. We got to be strong and bendy, friends, right? All right, good. Come back up. Okay, set your block to the side. Take your legs out. Take a forward fold just for the point of resetting here. Breathe. Okay. Well, that's good, Jennifer. Whatever you did, now I can see you. Okay. Come back to your hands and knees, friends. Reset in your downward facing dog. Get there however feels good. If you need to rock your hips a couple times, you could do that. And lifting your knees. Take a moment in your down dog. Shake your head side to side. Pedal out your knees. Good. Then we're going to do lizard on the other side. Some of you are going to want to drop your right knee first and then step your left foot forward. Some of you are going to practice taking your left foot and just stepping it forward, then dropping your knee. Whatever you do, it doesn't matter. We're all landing in the same place. With our left foot forward, this is lizard to me. It kind of reminds me of like a grasshopper leg. You can use the block underneath your hands. We're going to be here in lizard for about 25 seconds. So relax. Breathe. You could take that block up onto a higher level if you're struggling. Marco, Mick, you look good. Breathe. Start training your mind to go to gratitude first. So anytime you have that moment of stillness, travel to the place where you say, today I am thankful for, and let it be different. The little things. Today I am thankful that I had enough time to have a nice cup of tea in the morning. Couple more breaths here. Stay with me. Breathe in. Try to soften. If your shoulders are all hunched up, relax. All right, gently lift your back, your chest up, and we're gonna walk your left foot over to the right edge of your mat. Drop your left knee to your left wrist. You can use your block or a pillow and put it underneath your left hip, left glute. All right, try not to fall down on the floor here, but there should be some space. Your hips are squared. Good. Again, your hips are different. So if you're like in the red zone here, then just lay down on your back and take that reclined pigeon like we did at the beginning. All right, fold forward. Oh. You know, when you open up something that's been closed for a long time, it's usually not easy to do. And the same is true of our joints. They get tight. When you try to open them up, it's usually not easy to do. That's okay. Settle here, breathe. I invite you to try to take some breath that's in through your nose and out through your nose. In through your nose, out through your nose. Good, breathe here. If you feel like your head is just hanging and it's not comfortable, you could make a little landing pad with two fists stacked on top of each other and rest your forehead there. A couple more seconds here. Good, breathe in, breathe out, and then lift your chest. Move that block. Everybody drop down onto your left hip and then swing your right leg around. One, right leg is extended, left knee bent here. Okay, that's option one. So left knee is bent, right leg is out long. Good. Option two, we'll bring the right ankle over to your thigh. Or less, right? There you go. Isn't it interesting how your sides are different, right? Like one side doesn't cooperate as much as the other, right? And if this knee is jacked up, then use your block support. So what we're trying to do is we're not kind of here, if you can see me in the middle, we're taking this foot up and over. It's a lot different. Some of you are going to be kind of in between, but this is our goal, is to stack those shins. Good, good, Michaela. All right, good, Jennifer. Take a deep breath in. Close your eyes. If you'd like to gently lean forward, see if your hands will rest on the floor. Walk your fingers forward. Nothing aggressive here, so nothing aggressive. If you've got this right leg extended, then just walk your hands down the front of your leg. Find a place where you have a little grounding here. Good. A lot of opening through your back, a lot of opening through your legs. Breathe in and breathe out. Two more breaths here. Take them in nice and slow, in through your nose, out through your nose. I'm so proud of you guys for showing up here today. Wherever you are, all the things you have to do and all the other options you have. Thankful and proud of you. Uncross your legs, guys. Swing on around if you were facing a weird direction so that you're back squared on your mat. All right, give me 10 seconds in boat pose before we lay on our back. You can support the backs of your knees or not, or try to straighten them. Jennifer is amazing. Good job, guys. Come on, yeah, you got it. That's it. Susan, you're rocking it. Good job. Stay with me. 5, 4. Look at you guys. Go, Marco. Come on, lift that chest. 2 and 1. Hug your knees. Good work. Lay back. Hug your chest. Some of you are like, oh, thank heavens, laying on our back. Good job. Side. I'm not going to get you up again, so you're here for a little bit. Take a big stretch. Extend your legs. Reach long. Fingers. Take a half happy baby. So bend your right knee. Reach for the outside of your right foot. Let your left leg be relaxed. And then just pull the one leg down. So my foot is facing straight up towards the ceiling. Pulling that knee down. Pulling my left shoulder down as my right knee comes down. Big opening right here. Good. Breathe. If your hand doesn't reach your right foot, then you could hang on to the back of your right knee and still get a lot of flexion through your right foot, a lot of pulling it through the right leg. Good. Breathe here. All right, release that foot, extend it out long. Take a moment where you just lay still. Acknowledge if you feel a difference in sensation between the two legs. And then we'll change to the other side. Draw your left knee in. Start giving yourself a nice little squeeze, and then take your foot up towards the ceiling. Reach your left hand to your outer left pinky toe, side of your foot. Nice, good grip. Bend your knee, bend your elbow, pull. Again, if you don't reach your foot, find that same kind of grounding behind your left leg with your hand. But I'm keeping this nice 90-degree type bend in this leg. So I'm not just soft in the leg, but really flexing my left foot nice and strong so I get that opening intention. Stretching your left hip flexor. If your right leg is extended, you're getting a lot of stretch through the extended leg too. Breathe. You know, sometimes we just don't take time to do stuff like this. So it's nice to take the extra time when you're actually lying down here on your back to give yourself this extra little bit of stretch. Good. Release that foot. Put it on the mat. Extend it out long. Anything else that you want to do? You need another big stretch. You need to roll around. Set yourself up for your final rest. If you'd like to take your feet high, you could prop your feet up on your sofa or on the corner of your bed. Take your legs up. That's kind of nice sometimes. Just give yourself some support. If you want to take your block, put it underneath your knees or anything like that. Just anything that feels good right now. And then we'll take a moment to rest. Hear the sound of your breath. I'm going to share something from the Tao of Pooh. A saying from the area of Chinese medicine: one disease, long life; no disease, short life. In other words, those who know what's wrong with them and take care of themselves accordingly will tend to live a lot longer than those who consider themselves perfectly healthy and neglect their weaknesses. So in that sense, at least, a weakness of some sort can do you a big favor if you acknowledge that it's there. The same goes for one's limitations. Once you face and understand your limitations, you can work with them instead of having them work against you and get in your way, which is what they do when you ignore them, whether you realize it or not. And then you will find that in many cases, your limitations can be your strength. When you're ready, roll over to your side, taking a big stretch and a big breath on the way. Meet me at the top of your mat. When you're ready, take your time. Eyes closed, hands together at heart center. Thank you for showing up and sharing your energy, your light today. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.